Raider Nation, salute, salute, salute. Man, as you can see, we have a very special guest in the building. We have the ultimate Raider fan. Turf is in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
Show
Salute.
some love.
Salute. Salute. How's everybody doing today? Glad to be here. Thanks for the invite, boss.
Yeah, always. Man, we're going to get into this intro and then we'll get into it. We got a lot of good stuff, man. We got some good stories for you. So let's go. Yeah, buddy, we here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. Turf, man, good to have you on today. Man, welcome to the show.
Thank you, boss. I appreciate it, man. I'm excited, man. This is a big day for your boy, and there's no better way to start it off. You know what I'm saying, with my guy Jay, bro. So I'm excited.
I appreciate it, man. Man, blessings, man. So, what got you into the game? Like, what got you into the podcast game?
Well, you know, I wanted to change. I wanted to do something different, something, you know, that I didn't think I'd enjoy somewhat. I've kind of got myself used to getting uncomfortable, if you will, and there's a lot of themes to that. So, I said, you know what? Hey, Raiders moved. It's a cheap flight from Austin. I can make this work. So, immediately I just thought, what better way to chronicle trying to be one of the people. I'm sure there are still a few, probably a ton, that have never missed a game in our stadium. This year, the new stadium, that is. This year, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be tough, especially if we winning. Because if we winning, that means, cost is going through the roof. So we'll see. But either way, it got me thinking, what better way to not give back as well? For one, to the game that's gotten me to where I am today by a person that played, as a kid, starting out in the back, under the bleachers with the, rest of the homies, playing kill the man with the ball, and learning then and there immediately, effectively, that I had a gift at running the rock. So, it's all came full circle. There was a point in time when I hated the Raiders, football, and everything in general, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that can relate, and that was just due to the fact that it was over for me.
Yeah.
Couldn't play no more, I knew it was a wrap. So yeah, I was absent for a good 10 years or so, and I'm getting back to my history, if you will. And I'm catching up on those 10 years, but I'm not missing nothing else. I can assure you of that, ladies and gentlemen. This is for life.
That's right. Hey, the grind never stops. It never stops.
Never.
Yeah, man. So, like, as a Raider fan, I know we all have funny stories, man. Like, tell us some funny funny Raider game story.
Funny Raider game story. That's a great question. Funny Raider game. I mean, there's been quite a few. There's been quite a few, but the one that comes to mind where I actually have some footage of it, which may have been a year ago. Yeah, it was probably about a year ago. But this guy was so completely wasted. I mean, I know he paid $1,200-1,400 for a seat, and he literally slept through the entire game. The entire game. People were taking pictures with him. Just it was the most hilarious thing. I can't recall what game that was. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of something out there. But that's definitely the first one that comes to mind. I mean, I don't know how you do
Yeah,
that.
I couldn't do it. I'm gonna have a heart attack before anything.
Exactly.
It's like I'm in it. Yeah. So you do some coaching too, right?
Yeah, well, this is my first well, I shouldn't say that. I actually coached for quite some time. But not in football, actually in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
And that was as I was moving up the ranks. I became a coach and all of that good stuff. But right now, currently, for the first time, I am coaching my 12-year-old son's flag football team, who just so happens to also be the Raiders. So shout out to the
Hey.
Raiders and the NFL Neighborhood Football Club.
Yes, sir. You go Raiders all day.
Exactly. So
Yes, sir.
fortunate the practice field is literally right across the street from my house. We
Oh,
got this green field that nobody can build or anything on, so it's perfect.
that's what's
Yeah,
up.
and he's taken a liking to it, and it's pretty strange because, to be honest, I thought my daughter had stolen all of the athletic ability and talent that you could imagine in our family.
Yeah.
And just to give a tad bit of a background on her, my daughter, Taryn Crump, she saw a cartwheel at 5, and that was it. That was it. And long story short, to not put you through what I had to go through for the last amount of years as far as financially,
Yeah.
she's earned herself a full scholarship to University of Minnesota. So
Man, blessing.
shout out to her.
Yes, sir.
She's a monster, so all this time, I have 3 kids, 2 boys, and
Nice.
it just seemed like, yeah, she's probably taking all the talent. We got away with this one. I come from a place, I'm from Windsor, Connecticut. It's a special spot. Man, we realistic. We don't play that, Yeah, we're very realistic.
Oh,
and middle son, he's, got his issues, so it's obvious why he won't be athletic. But my youngest, he's went leaps and bounds over the last 2 years. Just to give an ugly story for him, and I hope he
nice.
he gets exactly.
That's good.
Man, I'm telling you. So y'all obviously know and understand turf is beyond competitive. There's no. I was the kid that told everybody in high school where I was running the ball and make sure you meet me there before the hot ball was snapped. Linemen used to be mad at me. I was that kind of crazy, back then, thinking, because I was bigger than everybody. I was 200, 205. So, and obviously that stopped right there. Anyways, back to the story. He's, he wants to play flag. I'm like, man, you sure, man? Because they never were interested in sports at all, really. And I'm like, you sure you're not just doing this because your dad, they see the pictures and stuff, and they go to games and stuff with me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nah, I want to play. And this was when he was like 6 or 7. Sure enough, this dude was the kid playing in the grass, man, while the ball was snapped, man. He was just down there twiddling in the grass, man, looking at bugs, man, twirling around.
Yeah. hey, isn't, and for us, that's the proudest moment, when they're involved in stuff that because when it's over for us, then it's like we live through them too. Like we want them
through them. It's exactly what we're looking to do. Secretly, some people will admit it. I'll definitely admit it's like I grew up in it, man. Again, my mom was the mom running the sideline. She used to get to the end zone before me sometimes in Pop 1. And it was Mom, you embarrassed? Pops was the silent one. and which was wild for him because he was a coach. And I got a cool story on him, just really quick on that.
Oh, for
He's a
sure.
quiet coach. He's
Yeah.
he's nobody. He's one of those guys. You got to make James Crump mad for him.
Yeah.
For him to say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And sure enough, man, not even 2-3 years ago, started running back into people that he coached, because he coached a lot younger than me. So at least a generation. And mad heads just, man, your father was my favorite coach of all time. I'm like, word? Because I'm again from the opposite side. I take from my mom's. I am that rah coach. I'm
Yeah.
the one that's gonna push your buttons. I'm the
Yeah.
one that's not gonna bother you if you that type of player.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really get to know who you are. So
Yeah. Some
so
people
yeah,
need that.
I mean,
Some people need that push, that fire. You know what I mean?
100%, 100%, and I get it. Man, I have plenty of stories, but college I'll never forget.
Mhm.
One coach was deemed the asshole coach, and that's when I learned the structure of any coaching team. Somebody's got to be the asshole. Excuse my French.
Yeah.
That's just the way it runs. And not everybody wants to do that job. So, but there are times you have to push players. You have to do things that they're gonna make them uncomfortable. It's just part of the game, part of growing.
Yeah, like those frustrating times when something needs to be said, but nobody's saying it. You know what I mean? Everybody just tiptoeing around everything, like, man. And then, it just comes out. Sometimes it comes out in that harsh way, but at the end of the day, you get what what I mean. You get the meaning, and somebody's got to say it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I'm hearing you the Michael Jai White of Raider Nation, man. Is that what I'm hearing?
Nah, I wish, man. I wish. Just as everything, man, there's levels to this. And when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, man, it's near and dear to my heart. It's wild because it's the last thing I ever expected to do in my life. Honestly, I grew up right back in the 80s, early 80s, where in late 90s, early 80s, early 90s, where you were still fighting and it was good. We Gucci, everybody going home. Yeah, you might have broke your jaw, right? But
Yeah.
you're going home. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just not that way today. So, but I never understood that I really truly was walking around unsafe.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I didn't realize that until my early 30s, when I'm out here in Texas, moved completely from the East Coast, Connecticut. Don't have any family, anything out here at that time. So it was very odd, very strange, and I just got into jiu-jitsu by way of Muay Thai. And yeah, 16 years later, when I thought I'd barely do it, maybe 2 years tops, achieve a black belt. That's what my goal was. That was my initial goal, ladies and gentlemen, honestly. And like I say, 16 years later, man, it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Man, that takes a lot of discipline too, man. That takes a lot of discipline, a lot of like training, everything like that. That's cool, man. I wish I had got into something like that earlier. Like I think my uncle and them put me in something early, and then they pulled me out. You know what I mean? Because they couldn't really afford to keep doing it. And I wish I
Right.
had kind
Right.
of picked that back up. But
Well,
yeah,
what I like to tell you guys is, come to Angelo Reyes's channel tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific time, or Central time, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's
yeah,
out there. His page, my page. Come check it out. It's going to get way much deeper when it comes to MMA, boxing, just martial arts in general. As you all should know, that man is the man. I'm still just in awe and can't wait for tonight. So please
that's
join.
what's up,
Trust me, you are in for an absolute treat.
man.
Absolute treat.
Man, I'm definitely looking forward to picking his brain on a few
Oh,
things too,
oh
man.
man. Man, people have no idea. Like how when people are like, "Yo, that's Michael Jordan," and they get shot. That's how I feel about this type of guy. I don't even know if he knows that. Hopefully, he's watching this. Because dude, interviewing me. I want to interview you. Crazy, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so ecstatic for tonight, man. It's
Definitely.
amazing. I'm very, very blessed. I'm very, very blessed for this.
Definitely. Yeah. I was watching one of your shows and you were talking about some of the memorabilia that you've, pretty much acquired in your time, like, and just the stories behind it. Like, is there could you give me one story behind one of your pieces?
My most recent, man. And it's my golden jewel, and I'll actually show it. So I gotta obviously give the story, right? You want the story, gotta have the story.
Got to have.
So check it out. This was when I was actually working the Super Bowl, right? Please check out the channel if you haven't. Anywhere you see a short that I have on a purple shirt with a red hat, that's me in my uniform for working the Super Bowl. Right. So long story short, my last day of working, AP is doing signings. My homegirl Nina hits me up. She's got front row seats. Shout out to Nina. Hopefully she's watching. I know she'll probably be watching tonight, her and her husband. They got front row seats, and she hit me up and is like, hey, he's there. It's a short line. Hurry up, get there. I wasn't thinking, because I was just too wrapped up in the working, that I thought it was at flanker, because he had a signing right after that where he was initially at flanker.
Okay.
So I let her know I'm going to the Raider Image. I'm going to get something to get signed, and I'll meet you there. Don't let anybody take my spot. I'll be there. So I get there, I'm calling, and she's like, where the heck are you? And I'm like, I'm here. Where are y'all? I can't find you. And she's like, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm at, flanker. Where? She's like, no, Terrence, it's at the AT&T store. And it's literally 20 minutes away. And you're talking Super Bowl weekend where the traffic is just dumb. I'm telling y'all, people that have lived there their life, whether you were a tourist, it didn't matter. If you've ever been to Vegas, I've been to Vegas when it comes to having freaking New Year's. I've been there for other Formula One. Vegas has never looked like it did for the Super Bowl. It just never had. So I'm stuck in traffic, hightailing it, trying to get to this AT&T deal where, AP is, and he's only there for a short period of time. You can't make this up. It's all documented. I'm just rushing. I get out the cab. I'm literally the last person in the line. They shut that line down, and that's it. So, of course, I'm in there, pubbing Turf, the Ultimate Raider fan, and, getting subscribers, got the whole line. Right away, I'm only 11 away. So, just a shout out. And that's another shout out, too. Please like and subscribe. If you're here on Minds when it comes to Jay, absolutely, Raider Nation, Jay, you got to sign up. You got to, this man puts out fire content. He definitely knows what he's doing. Honestly, I've watched. I don't care how short of a time you've been doing this. I love your style, and I couldn't wait to get on here. But I don't want to mess up and forget the story. So back to the story, right?
Appreciate you.
I'm in line getting my people to sign. I get in there. I got on my new, the new glasses. I've been wearing them all weekend. Shooting pictures. And I get in there. I get to talk to him. I chop it up. My homeboy is one of his friends, far distant friends, if you will, but close to his cousin. Just a lot of familiarity. So I knew names to shoot out. You got to always do your research. And hey, so-and-so, did all of that, got that signature, and I'm on my way out the door, everything shutting down. And guess who comes through? Your boy, Jack Jones.
Oh, nice. So, nice.
With that being said.
Oh, yeah.
Receipt and all, documented.
The legend killer.
Jack Jones. And your boy, AP.
That's what's
Shout out to Nina. I'd have never been able to get this if it wasn't for her, directing me the wrong way. Because think about it. I would have left just like everybody else,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have gotten to see Jack there. You got to
Exactly.
remember, the reason this ball is so important, and I can't wait to clip this.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yes.
reason this ball is absolutely so important to me is because when these boys do win 3, 4, maybe 5 Super Bowls, you
Mm-hmm.
got to understand this is the first human being of several I see coming that he put his job on the line for, ladies and gentlemen.
And
This is a
that's
known story. This is a
yeah.
known fact.
Mm-hmm.
And his job still can be on the line if this boy mess up. Excuse me, young man. I'm not calling him a boy. But honestly, I
Yeah.
this is it's my crown jewel right now because I'm telling you, when these boys get it done, and I will say the team, as hey, fired up. Yes, sir. This is my crown jewel. I'm waiting to get it. I'm gonna get a glass case and stuff for it. But yeah, that's my story from my famous.
And that's crazy that you got those together. You know what I mean? Like, and how you said it too.
Yeah,
AP brought him in. So when,
exactly, exactly.
like you said, when we win these Super Bowls, that piece
100%.
is gonna be so. It's gonna be so much sweeter than it already is for you,
Yes, sir. You are absolutely right.
man. That's what's up, man. So, man, we're gonna dive into a little bit.
For sure.
So, like I asked Rundown this last night too, but I'm gonna ask you too for your opinion of what
Shout
went.
out to TRS, baby.
Yes,
Raider Sunday.
sir. In your opinion, what went wrong with this offense last year and the year before that?
I mean, the obvious. I don't even want to waste people's time. The fact of you have a coach that's going to come in and do what his system is. It doesn't matter if his team is built for it, ready for it. Things are going to be done his way. It has to be specific. And it is what it is. It's his way or the highway. Everybody's on eggshells and doing exactly what they're told because otherwise they know, don't let the door hit you. So I mean, that's really what it boiled down to. Nobody was having fun, as you could tell. Nothing worked because nobody believed in it, and they didn't have the right people for the system this man wanted to run. Garoppolo was brought in, based on the fact that they whiffed and didn't get time. Let's be real. They thought they were getting time and it didn't pan out. So now that's the next best thing they can get that can come in and run their system. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it was, man. I mean, let's get it. Keep it real. Like, why did Jacobs become the leading rusher in the league that year? It's very obvious. If you look at the Patriots running game, they have a three-headed monster regularly when it comes to that offense he was running, and it didn't matter. They all just made it work. That's just what they do. And in fact, they were one of the first teams to start, doing this running back by committee, if you will. And clearly, it's worked for them. And they just decided to say, you know what, we're not going to do by committee. We're just going to run this dude into the ground so that we keep our job, because trying to do running back committee and something that already isn't going to work because these people don't fit the system, et cetera, and you just don't have what you need. There you go. So
Yeah.
disaster. And even after, he parted, it didn't matter because now they still have no offense. They're still using the offense that was given. Sure, they did a little better, but how do you implement an offense that came from somebody else from that respect? Meaning, that genius's mind. So yeah, it was just horrible, man. Horrible to watch. Terrible.
Yeah, it definitely, I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought it was going to be the offense was scoring points, but the defense was kind of giving up, more than we were scoring. So, but it was just the exact opposite. Like, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe like what, because just like you said, how do you go from the leading rusher, even though it was, like I said, things changed that next year. But it was
Yes.
just like I knew, like I always say, we weren't that bad, and there's no way we're losing these games like this. It's like we're whatever. It was like we were locating whatever. If there was one way to lose,
Right.
we were
Right.
find we would find that way, and it was just like,
Tell
come
me
on, man,
about it.
this is so crazy. But
I think again it boiled down to, hey, you do what I tell you to do. I'm not don't audible, don't write. This is Carr. Like
yeah,
if they
yeah,
would have just even let loose a little bit on Carr, who
yeah,
knows where we would have been. But that's the ego of that man, and that's why he should never become a head coach again, in my opinion. He's just
yeah,
not built for it. You claimed you learned your ways from the debacle in Denver, for the Donkeys, and I'm glad you did that for the Donkeys, but
yeah,
I'm not glad you did that for us.
yeah. Yeah, that's how I felt too. I was like, I ain't mad at what I'm glad you helped the Donkeys be terrible, but for us, it was supposed to be different because he went to a team that had weapons. It wasn't like he had to tear down really anything, just really add to it. We just went to the playoffs the year before,
Mm-hmm.
so when he came, so all he had to do is just keep this intact and just add to it, just like we were pretty much doing for this year. Like what I mean, just adding to what we already have.
Yep.
Did you have a favorite game from last year or a favorite win?
Oh, 100% was that Chargers game. I was right
Yeah.
up front, close and personal, sitting next to Nina and her
Nice.
husband because
Nice.
the people that they know gave me the seat. It pays the network, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can tell you because when I'm at those games, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm bringing y'all content. You know what I mean? I still have GoPro footage from year one, meaning 2021, that I
Yeah.
haven't put out there yet.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. I got treats for people in the near future. I can assure you. But yeah, and please go back and watch some of my previous. Like you'll see the
Definitely.
progression, you'll see the new digs, right? I'm really trying to be professional.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting it out there, and that's why I appreciate you because I know how you run your shit, man, and I appreciate it.
Appreciate. I like that logo too, man. That is dope. That
Thank you.
is
That's
dope.
brand new. That's brand new, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, I'm trying to bring
Appreciate
that
that.
heat, trying to bring that,
Hell yeah.
that look.
And it's cool when you find that one that worked and fit. I mean,
Yes,
it's all downhill.
absolutely.
So I can't wait for this draft. Like I know you can't either. Um,
Oh yeah.
but but what would you do though? What do we do at 13? Do we trade up? Do we trade down? Do we stay put?
I'm okay with going to get Daniels.
Okay.
Guaranteed we get him. And I'm okay with giving up what we got to give up, to be
Yeah.
honest, because the facts of the matter are, and don't get me wrong, we clearly got a new GM for a reason, but
Mhm.
the facts are we just have not done well in the first round. So, I mean, do you expect to get rid of Telesco in 2 years, 3 years? If not, why do you care about those picks? You know what I mean? When you're
Yeah.
getting your franchise quarterback, you know, for a decade, and if it doesn't work out, it is what it is. I mean, everybody took their shot, and some won, and some lose. But yeah, I go with him or guaranteed, based on our signings of our free agents and people coming back.
Yeah.
Offensive tackle, offensive line. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I think went wrong with the offense was the offensive line. I think that's what it was a combination of a lot of things. Like Jimmy wasn't ready. Jimmy
Right.
Jimmy was trying to work himself back and he really
Right.
wasn't ready. Aiden at that time probably of course it wasn't ready, but it was
Game was
some
way too fast.
yeah.
Way too fast for him.
Yeah, and then Hoyer, I'm not even gonna waste anybody's time on speaking on that. But yeah, so we just didn't have the right combination, and by the time Aiden started getting it, it was too late. We had already lost too many games,
Right.
by that time.
Well, you know what? I got to give a little pushback, as Chris
Mm.
say. I don't think it was the offensive line completely because if you think about it, statistically, whether you liked what they did or not, they
Yeah,
ended up 10th, I
yeah,
believe, out of 32 teams. So that tells you a lot that they weren't as bad as you thought. To be honest, I mean,
yeah,
that's just the stats, right? The stats don't lie. I think it was a combination of a lot of things, and one of them, I hate to have to bring it up, and it's going to sound like I'm salty, but it's Josh Jacobs. He didn't help his offensive line at all by holding out, coming in camp late.
yeah.
Again, I was a running back. I know y'all tired of probably hearing.
Nah,
I gotta
nah,
keep saying it
nah. Never that.
because it's not because you know what people think I'm hating it or but it's just the reality is we all know you can't come in the day the season starts and miss
Mm.
training camp and think you good for the season.
Yeah.
I don't care what you was doing, unless you
Yeah.
was playing with another team,
Yeah.
and running through tackles and getting the bumps and bruises in the body prepared for the full season. It's just what it is, and you have to gel with your offensive lineman. I knew exactly what I needed to do with every offensive lineman I had, right? Whether one
Yeah.
was slow, right? It didn't matter. You knew your lineman, and you can't get that tightness, if you will, missing training camp. So that's what I blame it on. I blame it on him holding out, you know, needing those first 4 games to even get somewhat back to looking like he would at a regular season, but also on top of the fact that they gave that man 340 touches.
Yeah.
There's no running back that comes off of that and does well the next season, whether you came to camp right or not. That's just, again, part of the game that people don't look at those stats. I'm not out here just spitting crazy. That's just facts. Look at any player that had a big season with all those touches and watch how they drop off the next year. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. So, well, yeah,
Yeah.
check it out.
That's that Derrick Henry type load right there. You know what I mean? But
Crazy.
and then is that true? I don't know. I seen something that he got into an accident. Josh Jacobs, bike.
Nah, that's fake.
Oh, okay, okay. I was
That's
about to
fake
say, I'm
news.
like, damn, that's crazy bad luck timing.
Well, I mean, it's bad luck timing for them, anyways. Again, see, and
Yeah,
that's why I say it's gonna sound like I'm hating, but bro, the best years of him is done. We used them up.
yeah. We got
Bro,
some
that
good.
340 touch season, that broke him. It
Yeah,
broke him. He's gonna. Who wants to bet me he'll be injured? And don't get it twisted. Everybody misses games in NFL for the most part. That's why what our guy Mad Max does is so amazing. The man
yeah,
don't miss games. You know what I mean? But I assure you, he misses 4 or 5 games this season.
yeah. Shout to Max too, because that's crazy. Like even thinking about that now, like somebody with a knee injury, that dude. When they showed, remember they showed his knee on man, and that dude still was playing. I'm like, man, that dude's a hog.
I've seen it with my own 2 eyes with some of my teammates. I've seen them draw out the fluid and the amount of fluid in those tubes, man. And I'm like, yo, this dude's a baller.
You feel
Baller.
me? That's a love for the game right there.
Yep,
Guess, let me see.
100%.
So, what free agent do we still need to target? Do you think?
Cornerback.
Definitely so. I'm definitely on that page.
Yep.
Like I was telling, I like Howard. That's who I would bring in because he's not coming off injuries like Trey. The only other one I would like maybe, but I don't know how much that would cost us is Jair
Okay.
Alexander.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
would be definitely good with that because then
Yep.
that would I mean if we add that piece, I'd have no problem with us trading up because I feel like we have stacked that D line. We got we could pick up everything else through the draft with ease.
Who would you want for a lineman? Would you go lineman 13?
At
What would
13,
you what would you do 13? Yeah, what are your thoughts?
so I would still go DB. I would either go if we end up trading down a little bit, I would go get Wiggins. But if
Oh,
we
trade down. Okay.
if we trade down, I would get Wiggins. I know if we stay put, I would probably get Arnold unless something crazy happens. Somebody quarterback slides or something like that.
So I have to say it. And I have to say it. I got to put my guy on the spot. Shout out Antonio Cromartie. I believe that's his cousin.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is evaluating, Alabama corners up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them turn out to be safeties. I don't think we need another safety. We need another opposite jack. And
Yeah.
if we need something lean more towards that as opposed to the type of corners that they create. His exact words were like, they create boundary type cornerbacks where they know they got help, if you will, for the most part, and they can always keep things inside, if you will. So just his evaluation, right? Everybody can be wrong. He may come out and be the best corner ever, right? But just the track record states, they usually turn out to be safety. So, And plus, just 13 is definitely too high to pick a cornerback in this draft with the talent that's going to be there, in my
Yeah,
opinion. You know,
yeah. Who
it's just way too much.
who are you thinking more of? Like, because I was, mine would have been more either DTCB, but we kind of shored that up. Even though, say if in the second round, if what's the name, Braden Fisk is there, it would be hard not to take that. But
Yes.
yeah, but I mean, I just like you said, somebody for the other side of Jack Jones. I almost said Jim Jones. On the other side of Jack Jones, and then I really like Wiggins a little more. I've seen more of his game than I've seen of Arnold, but
Mhm.
I feel like that's probably early at 13. But if we say we trade back to like 19 or something like that, or we go back a little bit more, and then get an extra second or an extra third or something like that, so that way we could just double back. You know what I mean?
No, that sounds great, but it's still even at 19, the first round period for a
Mhm.
cornerback with the amount of linemen
Yeah,
that are available that we need. The bottom line is nowadays, I mean, right? I'm just repeating other people's perks. I think this comes from Telesco is you're building the defensive line first and the offensive line comes next. But you're building the team from the trenches, period.
yeah,
And we need an offensive lineman. We've shored up the D line for right now, if you will, right?
yeah.
We brought back two, right? Jenkins and
Adam Butler.
there you go. And now we
Yeah,
are obviously got, our centerpiece.
yeah,
I mean, and you still got Tyree that can play
yeah.
DT. So
And then Nesta, and you
that
got
you see what I'm
Tyree.
saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so we got guys. Don't get me wrong.
Mm.
To be honest, at 13, if Newton was still there, although he's starting to slide, I would be
Yeah,
happy with that. But I would also be happy with Murphy. I
yeah,
mean, but I'm looking offense. Fasano, the kid from Oregon State, offensive line. I want offense.
yeah. I would be okay with that because like a lot of people say, it's not a sexy pick, but I know it's
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 not.
necessary. It's necessary because that's what I get tempted by. Let's get that piece. Let's get that speed piece, or that let's get that weapon. You know what I mean? Because that's how KC was good with Tyreek Hill, getting that weapon that just, I mean, he gave us hell for, you know what I
Yes.
mean? And it's
Whew.
just it's just we need every team needs that one piece that you got to keep an eye on. You cannot lose this dude
Right.
because he will make you pay. So
Man.
that's what I'm hoping we can. I know it's crazy because I know he's not going to be there like Worthy.
I'm in
I,
Texas, bro. So
yeah.
I'd
Oh, so
already be, yeah, I'd be
that's
welcoming him with open arms,
so
dog.
so okay. So I love Texas's offense, just period. Like their wide receivers, I like the back, I like the tight end, I like Sanders too. I would not be mad at any of them. Yeah. Well, who's your favorite Texas player from this last year?
It would have been worthy, to be
Yeah,
honest. I like him. He was obviously electric in
yeah,
college, and shout out to Sark. I actually played against Sark in junior college. I believe he played for El Camino,
yeah.
and that was '94. And yeah, he carved us up. But yeah, Sarkisian is a hell of a quarterback, man. That kid, he balled everywhere he went. I forget where he went after that, but
Yeah.
obviously, went on to college, etc. But yeah, yeah,
I would like to see any of them. So with because you know how Ruggs, when before he got into his trouble, kind
bro.
of like he was starting to build as a good player. You know what I mean? He was starting to kind of put it together, and
Yes,
I still feel we need that piece. And as we can see, that this speed is real with Worthy. So
yes,
like,
100%.
but do you think is he a better player than Ruggs was? Like, do you think um comparing those two?
Coming out of college,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Coming out
Okay.
of college, yes.
Okay.
I would say yes, but
Okay.
I think Ruggs really was coming into his own. That
Yeah.
is such the most unfortunate
Yeah.
situation of
Yeah.
all time. It still hurts my heart, man.
Like that Jets game, remember right there, everybody thought it was over. And then Ruggs got that touchdown over them that last minute.
Yes, sir.
That's what I say. It was start, and then even that KC game where we beat them. Oh
Yep.
my God, just Ruggs was that guy.
He was electric, man. He was electric.
Yeah. And I think we need to add that. And I know that's crazy, because we reach for a lot of players, so really it's not that crazy for us. So
If
like,
Al was alive, he would go get him right now.
yeah,
13.
I
Boom.
would I would
13.
not. I would not be mad because as many as we missed on, at least we know. Hey, we know the speed is real. But I
Right.
mean, I know that is hella early because I think they got them going like 31st or 30, somewhere close, basically out of our reach. Like so,
Right.
somebody like KC in them later rounds has a chance to grab this dude. That's what I'm thinking of too. I don't want them to get it. I'm gonna snatch it before they get it.
That'll hurt. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah.
If they get him, that'll hurt.
Yeah. That's why I do not, because that's the last thing we need that dude to have.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But we do have Bennett. Bennett's fast too, so you know what I mean. He's gonna
Yeah,
have to be.
he's just got to turn the corner, and I think he does that this year because, most importantly, he should absolutely be in the playbook. I mean, there's no question that he no longer should be thinking about anything he's doing. You had the whole off season. You could have got with your coach, your boys, whatever. There's no excuses. On top of the line, you are about to have the best defensive line in football. So I don't want to. I don't want to hear any excuses. And I don't mean that negatively. It's just come on, bro. You got a ball. You the fastest dude on the team.
Yeah.
Well behind I think Turner is the fastest. So
Yeah.
got to show something. It's got to show something.
Yeah, we still got both of them, right? Turner and Tucker. Trey Turner, Trey Tucker.
Yep.
The Trey brothers.
Yeah.
The Trey boys. Yep. Let me see. I think I asked you that already. What free agent are you bringing in?
Yeah, I was saying cornerback. Yeah, that's because I don't want to draft a corner not that high. Anyways, I shouldn't say I don't want to draft a corner. I just don't want to draft one that high. And like you say, if we run into the draft and now we don't have a corner, I see us potentially picking 1 second, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? I would again, this draft is so deep.
Yeah.
I just think we can get a better position that's going to be more of a starter out the gate. This draft is deep.
I definitely agree. I would rather us get a free agent. Like I say, we bring in Howard or end up trading for Jair, or there was somebody else too that was out there. But I forget off.
The kid from New York. That's right. That was this morning. He knows the system. He was Patrick Graham's guy. That's right. He's young too, so he passes the rundown test. Shout out the rundown.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I think he's under 30. So yeah, it just came up this morning. He was visiting or something, but it's the kid from. It's definitely one of the corners from the Giants.
Yeah, if we sew up that position, because I believe, I don't know if we talked about it yet, but I believe Bennett can take a Meek spot at worst. You know what I mean? Like hopefully filling that spot behind Nate for the slot. And then we just get that the guy for the other side of Jack Jones, and I think we'll be good. That'll be one less thing we got to take care of. So we do that. Then that gives us the, either the ammo pretty much to go trade up, which at first I was like, just the way our team was looking, I really wasn't a fan of trading up. But now that we're starting to fill these holes, our defensive line is looking real nice right now.
Right.
So it's I think now we can afford to. Now we took care of business. We got all the things in place. The line, I still feel like we need to take care of the guard situation, but we can find some bodies for that, because there's, like we were saying yesterday, there's going to be a lot of cuts. There's going to be a lot of roster moves that have to be, cap cuts and all that kind of stuff. So
correct.
There's going to be some good stuff out there.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. So let me get from you a mock draft. For the 3 round, you can just go 3 round. You can go more if you want to, but your first 3 picks.
That's a good one, because it's
like your perfect draft, pretty much like how you would see it. Your perfect first first three picks.
Right. Fashano will be first, right? Tackle from Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be my number one. Number two is going to be tough because it's going to depend on what's available. The position I would pick, it's going to depend on what the best available is out of cornerback and linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If there's a better linebacker, that makes sense. I'm picking the linebacker. And then my third choice, that's going to now go based on the best position for cornerback, maybe even defensive lineman and offensive lineman again. Just literally the best one. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my dream because now we are absolutely shored up on the offense and defensive line. We've added some depths at the linebacker position, which should be solid, right? Somebody that, again, if you're getting them in the second, third round, they should be looking at trying to start, even though it's going to be tough to break our linebacking core as far as the starting roster is concerned. Some people might not agree with that, right? I mean, the person you're going to think about is Diablo.
That's only if he keeps getting injured, because when he's on the field, it's better than him not being on. You know what I mean? Because it's like we don't really have that depth behind him to afford for him to keep, because he's supposed to be like that solid part until we got Spillane, but before that he was the solid part of that linebacker core.
Right.
So the communication and everything like that was pretty much through him. But now I think Spillane takes more of that role now, with him being kind of on and off the field.
Yep, I agree, man. Spillane, shout out to Spillane, man. I got my joint that I wear at the stadium. He signed my joint that Chargers game. I got it on picture tape, everything, man. I'm like a kid on Christmas, man. Come Sundays in that stadium. Yeah, I don't think y'all understand, man. It is, yes, it's everything, bro. I live for Sunday, and even if I couldn't go to the game today, man, I live because I don't go to the away games and near as much. My thing is I'm trying to hit all 32 stadiums. I got 4 left.
Okay.
Yeah. So
which ones you got? Which ones you got left?
I got Green Bay, Minnesota, Cleveland, and Jacksonville.
I was about to say, let me find out you left all the cold ones for last. All right.
That's basically what I did. Green Bay and Minnesota. Yeah. I mean, they play in the dome now.
Yeah.
And obviously, with my baby girl going to University of Minnesota, that's going to be checked off this year immediately, effectively.
Sure.
So I'll be going to one of those games, even if it's not the Raiders playing there.
Sure.
So yeah, but those are my 4, man.
Okay. So so for me, I'm looking forward to this Saints Raider game. I mean, we can only guess. We can only guess why. You know what I mean? But it's just
arm burner.
Yeah. Every season is always something to look forward to. Always a game to kind of get you fired up. For me, that's the one. That's because while Carr was our quarterback, I for sure, rooted for that man.
Yes.
I was disappointed at the last game that was played in Oakland, which is crazy because Minshew, you know what I mean, it's so crazy how things come full circle. Mm-hmm. But it would just be so crazy that, I just want to, I'm a Raider fan, so of course I never want the Saints to win, so I want to beat DC because I put my flag down of how I felt about him. It is what it is. It's nothing against him. It's just I wanted that game. I wanted him to get us that game. If we didn't, I mean, for the disappointment that we lost our team, it was just it was a lot of stuff going on. We did not want to part with. I mean, I'm glad now because I've been to 2 beautiful games out there in Vegas, and it's beautiful. But it was just at that time I felt like we got the team pretty much taken from us. And that was all we had was that last game to just, get that win. And that was a disappointing game. And I kind of figured at that time he wasn't the guy. Because if you were the guy, you wouldn't have let us lose that day. But, like I said, that was my personal feelings. But how I could put that to bed is we beat this man when we played New Orleans. So
Right.
I
Right.
hope that's the home the first game.
It would
Uh,
be nice.
that would be a nice little start to the
You going
season.
to that game?
I would love to too. I have some family in Lafayette, so
Okay.
I'm gonna have to tap in, man, and tell them I'm coming.
Yeah, I think that's one of the games that the Raiders Syndicate might make as a squad. Yeah.
That would be sick. Yeah, if we can make that happen. And then so we got till May. We get the draft. We got
Right.
the schedule release.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's on. It's on. It's on. Man, what you got? You got any questions or any let me see. How'd you feel about the AOC
Who starts?
the
I
men's
100% believe in my guy. I'm a AOC supporter like no other. It's to the point where I'm starting to try to create a cult for this guy. I don't know what it is about him.
sign me up, man.
I just want I honestly, I just don't. I think everybody I don't understand why people don't comprehend what he went through.
Yeah.
Meaning you're a rookie.
Mhm.
Your coach gets fired. You got a horrible offense that you're running. You were probably told what you can and can't do when you did start. They didn't want you to ever start anyways. That was obviously they played Hoyer in front of him. They were forced to play him because I think they probably would have lost their job.
Yeah.
Like seriously. You know what I mean? And this kid was thrown into the wolves, man. He was not ready. No rookie is ever really ready, and that's just facts. And if you look at the little bit of progression that he had, and I keep telling everybody, you got to give me some time on this because again, I'm going to take my time.
Yeah,
game after game to show those little steps, and I'm just a big supporter, man. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the kid's gonna just take it and be the best quarterback ever or even a starter.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's definitely going to be in the league for at minimum a decade, and he has the ability to play, man. And if they can put it together for him, it's game over. You don't have a Drew Brees record, for no reason.
Yeah.
As far as that accuracy record at Purdue, I'm sorry, you don't beat out a Drew Brees record and you just go by the wayside. I don't see it. I just think he needs the shot. And this is it. I don't want to harp on it, man, because I told you I'm damn near cult leader.
I definitely like AOC, and ever since the beginning, ever since we seen him at the preseason, there was something different. Like he didn't go in there nervous. He didn't go in there. He went in there focused, like knowing what the task was. You know what I mean? Right. And we're like, okay, he's showing us something. And then when we put him in the real games in the season, so even the Charger game, we almost won that game, but it was bad play calling right there at the goal line. Right. Where instead of running the ball, I say 4 times, we would have got in. But the first down, we do like a rollout play action, and he throws the pick. So I mean, he almost brought us back in that game. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, and it was just bad play calling at that time. And
horrible play calling. I don't understand.
Yeah, I still
so bad, bro.
That makes me.
It pains me.
Yeah, that was rough because I mean, that's where I think that was where I gave up 100% on McDaniels. You know what I mean? Because it was just like, man, because I was trying to fight for the dude because he was our coach. I'm like, man, no, just get a dude a chance. Get it, let him, And then I'm like, you know what? Everybody is right. They are right. This dude sucks. This dude is trash. Like it was just like from then on, it was just a countdown.
Yes.
It was a countdown. I couldn't wait till that dude was gone. But I want to see AOC get at least one more year, or at least a part of it. Say if it I always say you give him 4 games. If we're 3-1, we rock with them. You know what I'm saying? We keep rocking with them. But if we're 1-3 or something like that, or oh Lord forbid worse, you know what I mean? But I don't see him being that bad though. I don't. Because, we've seen some we were like, oh, yeah, this dude sucks. Like, this guy sucks. But I don't see that with AOC. I see him did a damn good job. Like, like
He did a fabulous job. The kid didn't turn the see, and that's the other big, huge factor. I
mhm,
forget about the fact he got 0 in the Vikings game. He
mm,
didn't turn the ball over. How many
yeah,
rookies just don't turn the ball over?
yeah,
Because then you guarantee not a chance to win.
yeah,
Again, these are all stats that are verifiable and looked up. Why do you think they always constantly talk about taking care of the football? All you
mhm,
have to go is look in that column, and whoever had the most turnovers
yeah,
probably lost the game. So
yeah,
it is what it is. The NFL is razor thin, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
It's not as large of a lead with these teams as you really think it is. Every day of the week, somebody could
Uh,
get that ass whooped. Excuse my French.
eh,
Yeah, it's that serious. It's
I
the
mean,
NFL.
look at AOC's first 4 drives of that Chargers game. Like, he fumbled, like, it was just like, damn, come on.
Atrocious.
And then
Atrocious.
but after that, the games after that, you never heard, anything. He fixed that problem. And that's all, because that's the thing when you got someone that's consistently doing the same thing over and over. Like,
Right.
and like with him, he got all his fumbles out the way in that game.
In one game, I agree. And he realized I can't do that because
Yeah.
definitely not going to be behind center. They'll go get a receiver to come play.
Because
If you know, yeah.
if we were gonna give up on him, that would have been the game to give up on him. It's just like, come on, bro, you got to hold on to the ball, because
That was
it
all.
just I think it was the line. It was the speed of the game, just kind of figuring it out. But he looked decent. He responded well. He didn't go into a shell. He didn't, what I'm saying, like turtle up. So you know,
Well, I'll tell you this, man. One other thing, I think your boy Minshew is a dog.
yeah,
Look, if he's our starter, it's because he's our starter.
yeah,
And hey, not only will I support, you know what I'm saying? This man is going to win games. Look what he did for the Colts.
hmm,
Let's keep it 100. The man had one wide receiver. Don't get me wrong, his one
yeah,
wide receiver is pretty good in
yeah,
Pittman Jr., but that's all he had. And he
hmm,
didn't have Taylor the whole season. That guy
hmm,
was in and out and hurt too. So he got them to the playoffs. So I don't know what to tell you. The kid is no punk. He's always been good in my opinion. I got film out there saying that well before anybody's been talking about Minshew, and I liked him. So that's the other thing I have to say. If AOC is the starter and he beat out Minshew, that's going to be because he actually beat him out and he's just better than him. And that
yeah,
I think in itself is going to take care of whatever we need to see for the
yeah.
offense to thrive. I mean, we really only going to need 21 points, 26, 23, 24
Yeah,
points this
yeah. I
year.
said,
Anyway,
yeah, I'll be good with 24 points because man, that
that's all.
six we couldn't get over 16 for the longest. We were like, what
It's
is going?
horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
you got some stuff to do. You good on time?
yeah, I'm
I
good.
was gonna say, oh, okay, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's once we figure out the quarterback situation, I think that'll put a lot of us at ease. You know what I mean? It's just not
100%.
knowing, what's going on with the head of the ship.
Yep.
But I like that we haven't heard anything from Mark Davis. Mark Davis has been out the way.
And as rightfully he should, and he's
Yeah,
supposed to. He's supposed to be the king, sitting on top of the hill, right, and
yeah,
letting the peasants do their job. That's what he's supposed to be doing, and
yeah,
he finally figured that part out. He got a great front office, and I think they've done an amazing job at separation of duties. I don't think people understand how big that is. You have to go dig into the details. Shout out to Rundown. The kid
mhm,
does a lot of excellent research. He
mhm,
he drug down to the contracts
yeah,
on a few of the front office people, and the checks and balances are there, ladies and gentlemen. There is no more. The GM can do what he wants, or the coach now can pick and choose who he wants. So now you get rid of the coach and GM pair like we did with Ziegler, because I actually love Ziegler.
yeah,
I actually really love Ziegler. I think if he ever were to be able to get himself away from Josh,
yeah,
he would become a great GM. I think the picks he's done for us in certain areas were great picks. It's just the obvious ones he didn't choose, right? He didn't
Yeah.
choose certain picks. I don't want to say and be wrong, but I know for a fact there's footage. I know Hondo put out some footage of him, you know, openly saying those were Josh's picks and they didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, let's talk about that too, because I feel
yeah,
like I liked Ziegler too. I didn't think, he just kind of cut the bad deal. He went with his boy. He's like, you didn't check him, so you know what I mean. You had to go too. So
eh, absolutely right, and rightfully so, and that's what I'm saying. He deserved to get fired. Period.
mhm.
Period.
Yeah, and it's like I liked it because they really brought us out of that cap hell, even with those crazy. So
Yeah,
it was kind of good and bad because you got us. There was some head scratching contracts too, but then we were finally out of cap hell, out of that cap negative. So we're able to. Because I remember the first year we were like, oh yeah, we got some. We got 60 million in cap. I'm like, wait, what? We got what? We ain't never had that, because we always had just the bare minimum, so we couldn't really do a lot. So we were
correct.
signing. That's why Illuminor and them stayed so long as they did, just to kind of get us through them tough times and cheap contracts. So shout to him for at least wanting to be here, wanting to stick around.
Hey, we got episodes of where we dig into that. You got to
Mhm.
remember, I think they were still paying people like Littleton $2 million, and the dude hadn't played it down. There was a lot of trash on that roster. So that's why I say you have to give credit where credit is due. And that is where Ziegler and somewhat McDaniels did a great job. They really did get us out of cap hell. So shout out to you for mentioning that. They were responsible for it. You can't just say all the bad and not say the good.
Yeah.
That was there.
Yeah, and then even because and the thing with Derek Carr, right? Like I say, my thing, I was happy that the regime kind of had the balls to kind of pull the trigger because I know that wasn't an easy decision too. Because I mean, you
Not
come
at
in
all.
here and you're the regime that gets rid of the quarterback that's been there for 9 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not like I always say, it wasn't that I didn't think he was a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback. Just he wasn't a $40 million quarterback for what we needed to
Correct.
do. Like
Correct.
we could have put that 40 into I feel like other things. And if he's not the one, then just might as well cut ties now. You know what I mean? Because there's no point of us hanging on if we know you're not the one. And it's like he was okay. It was just he didn't have that killer instinct. I didn't think
Right.
of just foot on your neck. Like
Absolutely right.
because Patrick Mahomes is gonna put his foot on your neck. He's gonna stomp you out. You know what I mean? We
That
need
man
that.
is a monster. He's past a monster.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you call Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yeah.
And that's the funny
Yeah.
part to me because people actually think they're just gonna go get him.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the
Even
thing.
Dan Daniels, bro, you've
Yeah.
lost your mind.
Have
Dude,
you?
we won't see Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes for another freaking 3 decades, 4 decades.
Have you noticed how they pretty much remember when they had Tyreek and all that? It was long balls and all that kind of stuff. Now
Yes,
they're just slowly chipping away, time
correct.
killing, 5 yards here, 7 yards here, chipping away, and it's like they love to have the ball the last minute because they know what it takes to get it done.
100%.
Like it's so crazy. Like during the Super Bowl, somebody from the Niners did something. Oh no, somebody from the Chiefs did something to kind of cause they could have caused a penalty. But
Right.
you could tell that I know Chris Jones was in his ear,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes was in his ear like, "Hey bro, don't mess this up. We know the recipe. You know what I'm saying? Just stick to the script, man. We got
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? It's like it's just so crazy just to see the discipline that they had. They went there with a purpose. You know what I mean? With a mission, and it's just crazy because we could see them down. They'll be down by 10,
Don't
and
matter.
they'll be like, "Y'all ready now? You guys, we ready? Yeah, let's go get them. Come on." And it's just sad because it's like no one can stop them once they get that groove. They just know. It's like they've been there so many times. It's like this is just a dance. It's just we just going with the motion, man. We know what to do.
You're right, man. You're absolutely right. It's nothing we can do.
Yeah,
Not until this year.
yeah, yeah,
Now this
yeah,
year is something we can
yeah,
do. And
yeah,
that's the beauty of it. This year, there's absolutely something we can do. I think our defensive line is going to have a lot to
yeah,
say about a lot of stuff this year. I'm past excited for that.
yeah.
Past excited.
And I like that the guys that they brought back on that D line, they were here for that last win against them. So they
Yes.
know what it takes to, you know what I mean? Like, because that defense, to keep it real, that defense won us that game. Our
Oh,
defense won us that.
100%.
Yeah, like
100%.
our offense couldn't get it done. Because, I mean, 14 points came from the pick six and the
Defense.
return. We only won by what, 6? I think it was 6 or 7. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So there it is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
absolutely right.
we got to get this offense. How do we get this offense? Like, what piece do you add on offense? It can be free agent, it can be draft, but what piece helps this offense takes it over the top?
Outside of the linemen, we need some speed. Period. I don't care where it comes from. If it's a line, if it's a running back, like the kid coming out that runs a 4.39 from Florida State, right? I think, yeah, or wide receiver, another burner on opposite of excuse me, Turner. So yeah, you get another burner, man, and that's a problem. I mean, it would be great to get a Worthy. I mean, anybody that runs a sub 4.3, you're literally changing everything. I mean, the
Yeah,
Dolphins could do it, and did it for some time.
yeah,
Just wasn't smart. And then they got track stars. I don't
yeah,
want a track star. I want a football player that runs a
yeah. We want
I don't want a
somebody
track
that
star.
can catch too, because we've had track stars, they just couldn't catch.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
Correct.
hopefully, do forgive me, Chad. You know what I mean, we got into this great
All
conversation.
right. Ja
I
Raider in the building.
just know we are nothing without y'all. Just know
Yes,
that.
sir. Salute. And
Appreciate
I
everybody.
apologize too, because I'm not gonna lie, man. Hey, I've been just focusing on Jay, man. His questions and getting it in, bro.
Because something was tugging at my heart. Like I was like, something's missing, man. Like it's something, like just something's not right. I'm like, man, it's the family.
Yeah. No,
Man.
hey, and everybody here knows I'm always, woofing chat lives matter, baby. So
Man, chat
that's why
lives
I say
matter. I
I
know that's right.
apologize. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. But I love y'all.
Man,
I just wanted
salute.
to make sure I got my man some heat here, right? Like, not
Appreciate
every
you,
day
man.
people, invite you to their show. And all I can say is I'm very humble and appreciative, brother. I really
Man,
appreciate
for
this
sure,
time.
man. Likewise. I appreciate your content, man. Like I really it's good to see, like I always tell everybody, I love if you have a great vision for this team, that's all that
Right.
matters, man. Like you want the best for this team and you're not tearing it down, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's like, man, we need to we got too much negatives on the outside. So, you know,
100%.
hell yeah. I appreciate everybody, man, showing up. Ah, there's the legend itself.
Who is that?
Uh Mr. Angelo.
Oh, yeah, he's in the building. Yes, sir. April
It's
20th, Ryan or Haney. Totally got Haney. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna get into that tonight. Yeah,
that's
y'all
gonna be
trust me, I'm
yeah.
letting y'all know tonight
Yeah.
is gonna be epic. I'm just
Yeah.
letting y'all know. Oh man,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
can't.
let them know what's going on tonight. Let them
Yeah, so
know.
tonight, if you didn't know, Mr. Angelo Reyes is having me on his show as a guest, man. We are going to talk mainly MMA, fighting, boxing, martial arts. Honestly, he is in the chat. I don't know how much we're going to get on football. I know that things only go 2 hours. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, y'all are in for a treat. Just to let y'all know, boxing was my first love. Again, you're gonna see. Obviously, it's rated up, and I'm gonna keep it rated up. But trust me, I got some treats for tonight. And I'm just letting y'all know, man. I can't wait for tonight. I am a kid on Christmas, bro. And shout out to my brothers, TRS. We still here. We got 6 p.m. Y'all know we not going nowhere. TRS is in the building tonight, 6 p.m. sharp.
Yes, sir. Man, that is gonna be lit, man. I'm definitely gonna tune in to y'all.
Appreciate it.
Definitely so.
Yeah, no, I got to put that one last thing out. I haven't looked, but as far as earlier today, before I started anything, I won't have time to look, and I'm not going to until I get to the show tonight. I only need 11 more subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, to hit that 1,000 mark. So what a day to do it with a legend. I'm just saying, what a day.
Man,
It's
that's
very,
what I'm
very
saying,
possible.
man.
And even if it doesn't happen, y'all have no idea. This is huge to me. Y'all don't get it, man. It's right up there with the rest of the martial artists that I've gotten a chance to meet, right? And be the dummy too for some of the seminars, if you will, like Hoist Gracie. And this is way up there, bro. Yeah, tonight is yeah.
Do you have a funny fight story?
I
Like,
got plenty of funny fights. You already know, man. It's the fight game, man. I mean, there's always a fight in the crowd. I'm not gonna lie. That it reminds me of that old scene in Malcolm X. Get your hand out my pocket.
yeah. Get
Always
your hands
something.
out my pocket.
It's always somebody getting slapped.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to be in the
Yeah,
music game and stuff too. So like, every time, you get clubs,
yeah,
alcohol, egos, it's
yeah.
always some shit. So that's why I was like, man, we used to
And
do our
it's
shows.
a fight. There's a lot of people in there that fight. Like
Yeah.
like
Hell
they
yeah.
love fights. So
Hey, and
yeah,
exactly how you said, like Malcolm X, remember he was like, brother, please, brother, please. It's just like, come on, man, we can't go nowhere.
yeah, absolutely.
For sure, man. If you got anything coming up, man, let them know. Let them know what you got
Yeah.
going.
As you know, tonight, TRS, baby, 6 p.m. Mr. Angelo Reyes, 8 p.m. And my usual, man, Tuesday nights, 8:30. I'm solo on that one. As y'all know, the chat is super interactive, and in fact, I'll let the chat lead the way. I'll have a syllabus, if you will, but if we go off track because of the chat, I absolutely love it. Chat lives matter. And then Thursday, my guy, man, you already know. Turf and Rundown, baby. Rundown is my dude. Everybody in TRS is, but man, Rundown got a special place in my heart. He's a young kid, right?
Yeah,
And you know
yeah,
how it is dealing with the young lions, man, especially when they have a vision. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's a beautiful thing to see, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy the banter. Yeah, we go at it. So yeah,
yeah,
it's a good
yeah.
time, man.
Yeah, Rundown blessed us last night, man. We had a good convo though. Like he has a
Yeah.
good I could see the vision. I could definitely see the vision. And like, me, I'm the DB guy, so I love, you know what I mean? Like, but I would not be mad. Like I said, I would not be mad if we messed up and reached for
Yeah.
Worthy. If we did reach, I'm like, let's reach for
I mean,
speed.
that bro, if we got Worthy, I'm letting y'all know I'm not gonna be mad. It's not gonna be that usual situation where, you know, I'm just throwing my hands up talking about dang Al. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? 'Cause,
Al would be like this.
oh, Al,
Clap. He
it would
like
be no question. I don't even know why anybody. As soon as he ran that 40, I don't know why anybody would. He would try to get first.
Al
The
sat up.
first
Al
pick.
sat
Yeah,
up and it said, "What?"
that's it. That's it. Draft over. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he said that. He said that's him right there. He said, get him."
That's it.
He said that's him. He said, "I ain't got to see nothing else. That's him,
Yeah.
him, and Penix, and then bam, that's it."
You right. You
Cause
right. That's exactly what he would do. 1, 2. You are 100% correct.
man, let's do it. Man, appreciate everybody being here, man. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Shout out to the
This,
chat, man. We appreciate y'all 100%.
yes, sir. What you got going on for this Sunday? Yeah, you got the game coming up.
Yeah, I got like I said, I got practice here at 4 o'clock with the kiddos, man. So it's our first practice of the season. Our first game is on the 30th, so this Saturday coming up. And y'all already know we are absolutely 100% rocking the Raiders gear, and
Yes,
we are
sir.
the Raiders for the NFL neighborhood fall season or spring season, if you will,
Yes, sir.
2024, man. So yeah, got that. I'm actually gonna bounce on over to my new neighbors too.
Okay.
They're practicing holy.
Okay. Holy Ghost.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Drop in, say hi, welcome them. Then get ready
Definitely.
for that Raider Syndicate, man. You already know that's gonna be live tonight.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to
Raider
tune
Syndicate.
in.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait. Well, definitely, man. Coach him up, play him up. You know what I mean? Best of luck in the season too. Love what you got going on, man. I appreciate you blessing the platform, coming on, blessing the people. Thank you for the stories too, man. It was definitely.
Absolutely.
And when we win that Super Bowl, man, I'm gonna come back and get you so we could, so you can hoist that ball in the air and see.
Ball up, right?
I told you. I
I know it's
told you.
coming. Bro, I'm
Oh yeah.
telling y'all, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I believe this is the closest we've ever been, like to actually having that team. You know what I mean? Because it's been slowly like, and I can't help but talk about the McDaniels and them era really helped kind of turn this thing around. Like
It did. It
we,
did.
we we got some money and we were able to kind of flip that money around. They did some dumb things. Don't get me wrong. We did some kind of head scratchers with like the Renfro and all this kind of contracts, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, we made it happen.
Yep. I agree. I agree.
Man, Turf, have a good day too, brother.
Thank you, man.
Raider
And
Nation, thank you. Salute.
I'm definitely gonna have to have you on the show, man, as a guest. You know how we do, man. We always bless each other, man, and 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna have you on, man. I need your takes on a few things we didn't discuss today. So trust me, I'll be reaching out, man.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, I'm more than happy to come aboard, man.
Yes, sir.
For sure, man. So Nation, take care. We love you. Turf, appreciate you. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you too.
For sure. Nation, salute.